Hi, hello, welcome to Dusty Shop, where bad decisions are rabid and planning is lacking. So, don't do what we do. Well, you could try it. Have fun with it. Do the YouTube stuff. Click like and subscribe. Alright, thanks.
Alright, circus goers, so we are back here on the old, the old Cummins shipping crate. And so, one of the problems is now I've got the batteries so they don't, it's not draining the batteries. This thing's been sitting here a couple of days like it has always everywhere else, all the time, and the batteries are still good. Still sitting kind of same spot. The only problem now is, that's a new alternator, and it's not alternating. It's not charging the batteries. So, I was hoping it was a bad alternator because that's what the old one looked like right there. It's pretty oily and nasty, and sometimes when they get that kind of gummed up, they just quit working. And kind of hard to try to get it tested a different way. Well, but hey, so put a new alternator on it, and I'm still getting nothing out of it. So I ain't getting nothing to it. Plus, I'm not getting any gauges, and it's shifting bad, so I'm not, I gotta get the alternator working so everything else will start coming alive and wanting to talk to it and everything. Or, I got a bad ECM. So, I'm trying to get the charging problem done because once I dig into the oil problem's just kind of nuts and bolts. That's pretty, this one deal is just nuts and bolts. This is not. This could be this sensor right here, which actually looks pretty new. Let's see if we got hit. Which does kind of, some things do kind of bother me though, because see that? That's just kind of bothersome to me. So I don't know if I'm getting the right excitement here. Oh, that's just what in the devil. There. What is that? I don't want to worry about that because I'm taking that off anyway. But what is all that? Oh, great, wonderful. That could be why I'm not getting anything here. So what I think I might need one of these. Well, you know what? Right now, it doesn't matter because it's got to have one of those. So, there we go. See, we're kind of piddling around with the old shipping crate here, and we found some dodging. We found some dodging wiring. Dodging to run wiring. Yeah, so that is just absolutely no way no there. It's just brittle and hard and everything else. So, what I'm going to be doing is I'm missing some parts there. It's okay. Be fine. Yeah, that's an issue. I don't care if that thing is sent and gapped right because of that switch sensor way the hell down here. It's supposed to have like 40 or 50 thousandths gap, which it could be gapped right, but with that wire broke. Yeah, we know. We are no knows. So, let me get a feeler gauge, and let me look it up real quick. And I think I looked it up earlier. I want to say it's somewhere between 40 and 50 thousandths gap, something like that, somewhere in there. For some reason, 45 thousandths is sticking in my head. But I don't deal with these parts of the trucks like every day. So, okay, that's still kind of that's just right there. Okay, well that's just absolutely just, no, and no. So I'm going to go deep into that harness because I am not putting solder that. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Okay, alright. So no, that's bad for sure. Maybe that might be alright. That, on the other hand, is definitely no way no. Could be the problem right there. That thing just gave up life. So, alright, well, let's see if I can find me a little wiring pigtail. New shipping crate, and we'll come back to this. Let's see if I can't track that plug down. We'll come back yeah, I'll get the plug in because, like I said, I don't have a kinetic draw on the thing. Because, just so y'all know, watch your stereo, especially. You know, that's what the problem was with that. That was that radio. Right there. I had to unhook it. Yeah. I just got the ground wire hooked up to it right now. But once I get this figured out, then I'll put the dash back together. Yeah, something like that. So we'll come back when I find, like I said, when I find the plug, and we'll put that in there and see if that's it. And as we continue along with shipping crate issues. Yes. All right, circus goers. So we've had some time go by with the shipping crate here because I had to get, I can't remember. Yeah, I gotta fix that. And yeah. Yep. So, but yeah, I tried to locally find a harness, and yeah, that was quite of a joke because unfortunately this must be it must happen quite more than I thought because all the trucks of that era with this plug in it, it was cut off. Somebody just come in here. Most of the trucks I found in the wrecking yard are the harnesses and the motors in them, but the harnesses were either this part was gone, and they cut it and left it on the engine and it went with the fucking engines, or this was just gone. This pigtail right, this is all I needed right here. Just this little piece right here. Because the one in this is bad. Well, obviously we know it's bad. We'll double check something here. So yeah, because there's that. Comes down, comes up to here. Yeah, that's the pigtail. I don't know why that. Why that's, I don't know. So what we're gonna do, and it means that that's all I need. And really, I'm looking at this harness. I mean, it's been cut. I had to get this off Evil Bay. I guess that, I'll say that. There's a few of the little crappy plugs, and then there's the main plug. So I guess if I decide to do a some relay. Nope, I don't think so. I think all I got was my one plug I needed because you can't find that plug. Nope, I couldn't find it nowhere. Nobody had it. Cummins. I tried Cummins. I tried Dodge. The guy at Dodge was pretty cool. He just like looked at me and went, nope, not this year. There it is. There it is. That's glory. As we were seeing when I was taking that one apart, this got some damage to it. So we should be able to, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to fish it out as far back as I can for a good ways, so that way we can splice it into that one and make this happen, Captain, because it's been sitting a little bit while we're waiting on this little fiasco to get through. Where the cutter's at? There we go. Let me see. I was trying to fix that one, and yeah, I didn't have no luck, man. I mean, I kind of butchered this plug. If I had a 3D printer, I'd have to figure out how to make that, but I bet I could. Could. 3D printer, could. But I don't have one, and so we're not that intelligent, so we're taking an old harness and cutting it up. Because I need this. Need this part, just this part. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this out of this harness, cut out, and then I'm going to cut this one open. I'm going to open up this harness, which isn't going to take much. Open this harness up. I think I'm going to clean it up a little bit, and and then I'll come back and when I have everything all cleaned up, and then we'll put it on there, and we'll see if that's part of my problem of why my ECM ain't coming on. Hopefully it is, because then that looks like the alternator, and then we are back in business, and we can continue on with other things with the truck. Sure enough. All right, I'll come back. All right, circus goers. So, yeah, this is one. I'm skinning back the deal, and because there it is. There's that, and there's a new one. It's out of the harness. I just cut it out and give me some room so I can come down here and make me some some solder splices right in here, but I don't want them all like locked up together. I want to stagger them. And yeah, I know the colors don't match, but the plug does fit, and it is, it's in the same location as the other harness. This is my first rodeo with these things, and the wiring didn't match. So what I do is I make a diagram. Whoop, there's a little notch. There's the flats. So wire, boom, goes there, goes there, here. I can do the same thing with here, because it's just pin location, colors be a little funny, but whoever has to work on it next is probably not gonna like me, but for now this will work. And what this does too is, I know I could have put another type of plug on here, but then when you go to buy the speed sensor for this thing, now you're gonna be like trying to figure out which one it is. This just makes it easier. You just plug this one in there and back to going to where we need to go. And then, like I said, the reason why I got extra was, I shouldn't say, this is why I cut it really long out of the other harness, because the other harness has already been hacked on. It's a partial harness, which I love that. You can go on eBay and order a partial harness, which thank God we could, because we would have been in the world of bad, because this is not good either, right here, where they're coming out. I think when they wrap this thing, it's not in a good, it should kind of be flowing kind of like that, and not such a hard bend that is kind of doing this weird stuff. And this motor gets hot, and as we can see, it gave up the farm. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to come out of this harness right here, just like so. So I'm going to start it right there. I'm going to have an idea of where I want it. I'm going to redo this. I'm going to tape this all up. I did clean it up too, so I could figure out what I'm doing. And then I'm going to cut and band-aid this thing back together. Because like I said, we are not going to do this. And then it's pretty simple. I'll just cut the wires. I'm going to solder them together. I'm going to put some heat shrink on them. And then we'll tape all this up and blah blah blah, and this should all be good. Now that the plug is, it seems to be okay. I'm going to spray a little contact cleaner on there, kind of clean up the connections, because obviously I think this thing came out like North Carolina or some shit. So I'll come back, and because it's no big deal. Cutting the wires and soldering them back in is not nothing great secret. So here we go. Alright, circus goers. So now that we have all the connections right here made up, and they're all nice and soldered. So now what we'll do is we'll run this stuff down, the old heat shrink here, over it nice and and they're all staggered, so that way in case there's a little prickly sticking out of these things, sometimes happens. That one's got one. That one's got one. A double. There's one right there. Because you got stuff like that, you don't get your connections all funky. You're stabbing something else, and don't need to be stabbed. And then now we'll just where is that? There it is. Okay. Now that that's all, nicely situated and all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape all this up. I'm going to get another piece of conduit and tie it into this, and instead of having this thing like bounce around like it's been doing, I'm going to try. Well, no, I'm not going to try. We're going to zip tie this thing down to something. Yeah, we got a lot of ricochet right here, so we're going to zip tie that there, and then I think there's supposed to be a hole down right there. I don't remember. It's been a minute since I messed with it. Oh no, there's one right there. So we'll tie that one there. Oh no, I can't, because I got to pull the front cover off. Never mind. I don't think I got to pull this. No, I got to pull the pump. So that's not going to happen. Anywho, let me get this conduit up, and then before the truck leaves, then we're gonna zippy tie this to here. We're gonna zippy tie there. I might even find something to put like right there, or off this one right here. We'll do all filled up. So, all right. Well, you know what? Let's see if we fixed anything. Well, we know we fixed something because the wires were broken and didn't make no connection. Let's see what the truck does. Plus, this thing's been sitting a minute, so I want to see if everything else I did in previous videos where I was putting that little disconnect and all that in there. All that stuff kind of helped out the old batteries. No. Still got no gauges. The oil pressure, I think. Let me go look. Let's go test it. Okay, so we're still not getting any battery charge, which is no way no. This should be, when we're looking at the meter here just a second ago, we should have been looking at about 14 volts, and we're still looking at 12 volts. So imagine with these batteries sitting here standing alone with absolutely nothing on them, because I took the load, you know, just my little switchy thingy there, as we've seen in previous videos, who kills the truck from the batteries for the most part. And so I'm gonna imagine, I'm thinking the whole battery, my wheelies undone. My batteries are, yeah, we're just looking at batteries. We are still not charging, even though that was bad. Alright. I gotta do a little more checking around because it's just kind of one of them deals where that's bad. So I'm thinking maybe wasn't seeing the speed sensor. That needed to be fixed anyway because it pulled the wire out of the speed sensor. And without the speed sensor, the ECM doesn't come alive. Do a little more digging around in this thing. Maybe see if I can get that ECM to come up. So to keep you all from being bored out of your skull watching me like troubleshoot, and you should just basically just start wiggling wires around. That's how I found that, and we had to fix that. So, I think what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to do some more troubleshooting on the wiring, and hopefully it's not the ECM. I hope it's not. See if I can get my hands on another ECM out of one of these things, swap it out, maybe try that, maybe. Or we got another wiring issue. I'm going to do some, checking. So we'll come back and catch me in the next one. Alright, well that was fixing the old speed sensor wire. So yes, if you lose the Dodge side of that there little speed sensor, good luck finding one because there ain't one. So you got to go run around to your beloved junkyards or go like I did, had to do, which I didn't want to, go to Evil Bay and find somebody selling a garbage harvest wood that quote. So, alright, thanks.